You've really got to hand it to Capcom. When they find a fighting game formula, they stick with it, keeping the base game mechanics unchanged while still adding in a blast of new characters to reinvest fans in the experience. Ultimate Marvel vs. Capcom 3 is their latest redo, taking Marvel vs. Capcom 3, a game that launched not even a year ago, and adding in a crop of new crazy characters. The experience plays out much like you'd expect. Whether or not that makes the game worth your money is entirely up to you.
Let's give this new armor a whirl, shall we?
Check me out! I'm the ghost of Christmas. Kick your ass! Ready?
The intensely bright and colorful aesthetic from Marvel vs. Capcom 3 has returned in fine form. There have also been a few changes to the menu layouts for a more comic book inspired feel. Also, the character select screen has separated the Capcom cater from the Marvel lineup, making it easier to find the specific character you may be looking for. The game's collection of super moves remains as visually crazy as ever, with hyper combos littering the screen in everything from laser fire to robots and even shopping carts. One of the reasons why the Marvel vs. Capcom franchise has had such tremendous staying power among gamers are the insane combos and bizarre characters, a tradition that Ultimate Marvel vs. Capcom 3 wears proudly.
Keep your heart out, Robin Hood.
One of the things that fans took issue with when it came to Marvel vs. Capcom 3 was the condensed fighter roster, which was a good 20 characters short of Marvel vs. Capcom 2. If this was a deal breaker for you when the original game launched earlier this year, then Ultimate Marvel vs. Capcom 3 might have what you're looking for. This version adds in 12 new characters to the roster, with 6 representing the Capcom side and another 6 representing Marvel. The new characters include long-awaited and returning fan favorites like Ghost Rider, Hawkeye, Strider Hiryu, and Frank West, as well as more obscure choices like Rocket Raccoon, and some outright weird ones like Phoenix Wright. While some characters remain gone from the roster, like Mega Man and Venom, the new characters fit in well with Ultimate Marvel vs. Capcom 3's brand of 3-on-3 mayhem. The new characters run the gamut of usefulness. While Phoenix Wright feels like he was added as fan service, and a lot of his moves involve falling on the ground and tossing papers around, Strider Hiryu, the one returning character from Marvel vs. Capcom 2, feels immediately comfortable and has many of his same moves from the previous game. If that brand of gameplay wasn't your bag when Marvel vs. Capcom 3 originally released, you won't find much to sway you this time around. The game, while heavy on new characters, is pretty light on changes. Some balance issues have been cleaned up here and there, but ultimately, you may be left wondering why in this digital age this couldn't have been released as DLC instead of a full-on retail package exclusively. Whether or not you should drop an additional $40 on an expanded version of Marvel vs. Capcom 3 really depends on the type of Marvel vs. Capcom fan you are. If you waited until the inevitable Ultimate version to get into the Marvel vs. Capcom 3 fracas, then Ultimate Marvel vs. Capcom 3 is definitely for you. If you're a hardcore fighting fan who wants to master every new character, you've probably pre-ordered it already. Otherwise, you'll probably just be set with what you have. For more on Ultimate Marvel vs. Capcom 3, head over to IGN.com.